year over year there's growth. And it's not just AI and cloud services, it's high performance computing. And all of those platforms require a complex range of computing practices. So that is driving the use of GPUs, that is driving the amount of power these server racks are requiring. So in terms of growth, we typically see 20 to 25% growth year over year. And for a 5-year window, what's being predicted is about a doubling of growth from about a $70 billion market to about a $145 billion market by the year 2030. Here at Addison, we're actually seeing, well, Ross, go ahead.
So yeah, for 2025, it represented about 10% of Addison's revenue. And for 2026, it's budgeted to be more than 20. So pretty dynamic growth overall with us and in the industry.
Redundancy is also very, very important in mission critical applications, as in data centers. So redundancy could be a couple different things. It could be components backed up within a piece of equipment. It could also be an entirely additional piece of equipment, often referred to as N+1 or even N+2 if they want to safeguard their entire system. So here at Addison, what we do for redundancy is multiple fans in units. If we're talking about crack units, we've got dual compressor arrangements. If we look at the technology cooling system side and the CDU with the cooling distribution unit, we see redundant pumps, preferably that are hot swappable as well too. Ross, did you want to add anything to that?
Sure. So as far as the redundancy aspect, some of them are to the extreme of two complete independent systems where they might have a chilled water system where if the chilled water goes down, they switch over to DX. So kind of a hybrid redundancy application. I think probably the biggest thing to remember is that data centers are no different than any other critical cooling application. For instance, hospitals, nursing homes, surgical care centers. So, the big deal for contractors to penetrate that market is share their experience with critical cooling applications, because a lot of those require the same redundancy, the same quality, the same immediate support service, right, to ensure their success of their data center.
Skill sets. So definitely focused around data centers. And I think commissioning is one of them. The understanding of redundancy. So one of the features in terms of redundancy is actually referred to as active redundancy, practicing active redundancy. So there's no real equipment on standby. Even the redundant pieces of equipment are actually engaged in operating. And what that also does is it allows us for quicker ramp-up time and therefore preventing any overheating of ITE equipment. So that's another good skill set that a contractor should have as well too.
I would say a knowledge base around the control system itself and the interface to the data center, typically via BACnet or some other means, and a lot of the specialty points that they may require or monitor to do AI in the data center with the equipment in terms of predictive maintenance, predictive failure, that type of thing. As is typical for any critical cooling application, it's the quality, the reliability, the response time of the contractor are all the same things that critical cooling customers look for in a project. And properly applied equipment is a big deal.
And just pulling back, just a job well executed, really. And then even after the job is installed, even after the job has been started up and commissioned, that continued post-installation support that goes to the facilities engineering group or to the end user as well too, by the installing contractor, by the manufacturer as well too.